Nina Turner absolutely stunning people on CNN in a crazy turn of events where she speaks against the Joy Behars of the world and others who are blaming the residents of East Palestine, Ohio, for voting for Trump, and just talking with disgust at the way that they've been treated in the media, drawing connections between the white working poor, Black working poor, and all really poor people in America who are neglected by infrastructure, by our broader society and left behind. She spoke so eloquently. Let's take a listen to that.
The state administration is not doing enough. I'm not pleased with Governor Mike DeWine, who actually drunk some of the water, giving people confidence that that water is okay, when in fact that EPA didn't do the deepest dive that they can do to deal with the carcinogens that are there, the air, the water. For the neoliberals who say that the residents of that area deserve what they are getting because they voted for President Donald J. Trump, it is abhorrent. This is about poverty. This is about poor, working class, white people who are enduring some of the same things that poor, working class Black people endure, whether it's Flint, Cleveland, or Jackson, Mississippi. And so I want to lay it out. The cultist behavior in politics right now, it is a sin and a shame that when people are suffering to this magnitude, you got people who will fix their mouths, to quote my grandmother, to say that they are getting what they deserve. What they deserve is clean air, clean food, clean water. They deserve relief, both in the short term and also in the long term.
Extraordinarily well said. And Crystal found this. You can't even make this shit up, Ryan. Put this up there on the screen. So during a panel where they were talking about the railroad and East Palestine, they have a commentator who lobbied for Norfolk Southern, and they did not tell its audience at any point during this discussion that lobbyist David Urban, and you know this guy, he's one of the, what is he, supposedly the pro-Trump guy or whatever. Of course, a CNN political commentator who's supposedly pro-Trump apparently is taking money from Norfolk Southern Railroad. All right, well, what do they say here? He and his firm collected at least $1.14 million for lobbying on, quote, transportation issues related to railways. Now, what issues, Ryan, exactly were they lobbying the government on? The ones that led to this exact derailment, which has now poisoned these people in East Palestine.
Right, and her fundamental point is so well said, that your dignity as a human being should not depend on how you vote for.
Right.
But her other point is also even better said, which is that this is about power. And even if you want to say that, oh, they voted the wrong way, and if they'd have voted a different way, then they wouldn't have gotten what they deserve. The David Urban example is perfect because that's CNN.
Yes, you're right.
So if you are with the network that is more associated with Democrats, then you don't deserve, according to that logic, to be drinking, chemical-stained water. Yet you're supportive of a corporate news network aligned with the Democratic Party that employs a rail lobbyist that without disclosing it, who worked with both administrations, Trump and Obama, to roll back safety regulations. So who are you supposed to support to get clean water? If you can't support the Democratic Party, if you can't support the Republican Party, then it sounds like the idea would be, well, just because you participate somehow in our society that you deserve then to suffer the consequences of doing that.
In the paywall section of Crystal's monologue, I made this point yesterday. I'm like, okay, let's say that you think that's true. I'm like, you think that by saying you dirty people who voted for Trump, you got what you deserve, you think they're going to change their mind? So like, first of all, it's not politically effective. All right, let's start with that. Number two, it's obviously, morally abhorrent, but politically it's also very dumb. Here's my favorite part about what Urban said on TV when discussing the crisis. Quote, there's plenty of blame to go around on this, with these kinds of things happen. But what's important is we do move forward, right? To take care of people in these towns and communities. He then went on to criticize the Biden administration for allegedly sloughing off the crisis. So plenty of blame to go around.
Let's not point fingers.
You participated. And look, this gets to the problem of these guests as well. You think that guy doesn't tell all of his clients that he's a regular commentator on CNN? Yeah. This is the dream scenario for a company. You get a guy who's a regular CNN commentator. You pay him, and then your time in the sun comes. Your time in the barrel. And what does he do? He's catching bullets for you. He's pushing it away. Look, CNN, for all of the stuff we talk about, low ratings and all of that, the point is that the few people who do watch them, they still matter. They have a lot of cultural power. So his ability to deflect on a flagship CNN show like this without a single disclosure is outrageous. Now, look, let's give them credit where it's due. They did invite Nina Turner. I'm glad that they certainly did. They allowed her to speak in that, but that exactly shows you, the two sides of the devil. And then how often really is Nina on that show?
Right.
And how much more often is David
Right.
Urban? Unfortunately, I've had to watch a lot of CNN in my day for my job. I've been seeing this guy on TV for the last 6 years. He's one of those Trump check boxes. They're like, oh, we got this guy who speaks for Trump, right? He's right here. And then that guy's cashing in all the way to the bank.
I just love the framing of, let's not worry so much about what happened.
Yes.
Let's just look forward. Remember, Obama has had that line about torture. Let's look forward, not backward.
That's right.
Like, well,
it's like Nikki Haley.
How does that work out? How does that work out if you don't try to figure out what just happened? Yet you're going to make sure in the future it doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's unreal.
The rail lobbyists saying let's not point fingers is just so perfect.
It really is just nuts. Like the firm, $1.4 million in lobbying fees. He was literally president of the lobbying firm, which was receiving the money at the time. And even right now, he's the head of quote BGR Group, a lobbying firm that represents
known as the Death Star.
There you go. Countless conflicts of interest for his on-air work. In his most recent lobbying quarter, they have continued to lobby on transportation issues. And it says, quote, our clients in the aviation, automotive, rail, shipping, and mass transit industries rely on BGR to educate public leaders about how vital these industries are to domestic and international commerce. So
BGR,
one big con job. Yeah.
BGR, they made their name by being willing to take like all the different dictators and politically toxic clients that even other lobbying firms were like, ooh, that's a pretty sweet retainer, but it's going to hurt us with our other clients. It's going to hurt us with our access. We're not going to do it. And BGR was like, we'll take you. We got you.
There you go. You're absolutely right.
And CNN's like, cool, sounds good. You good for 320? We're talking the rail disaster.
Yeah, let's do it.
Anything we should know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not at all.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yes.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.